Hey, 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 welcome in, welcome in. We are cooking today again. How is everything? You can hear my audio. There's the counter view. You can still hear audio. There's the speaking view. I want to copy that and put in here. Hey, 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 welcome in, welcome in. We are cooking today again. How is everything? You can hear my y'all audio. There's the counter. I need to mute that. So I need to be on this. All right. So y'all, I'm so excited. I stream on Twitch with OBS, and I figured out how to. I gotta put some chapstick on. My lips are dry. How to use OBS in YouTube. It's cool. So basically, using the same thing, I got my little camera set up. I got my computer here. Little logo up there, right there. Cooking in Clydene's Music Corner. Yeah, I can't just do one thing. I mean, you just have to know this. I can't do just one thing. Because I do love music, I love singing, I love performing, but a girl's got to eat. A girl's got to eat. And I love cooking, so I love sharing. And I'm a teacher by trade and by nature. And I'm just going to look at my YouTube channel right here and see what's going on. What? I am live, baby. I'm going to share this to a couple of places. Newsfeed, I can go on there and share it. And then I'm going to share it to a couple of places. I'm excited. I'm going to have like two-fold things going on, because when I'm not streaming or practicing, y'all, I have to eat. A girl's got to eat. And you didn't get this by not eating. Right? Oh, I know. It's cray-cray. Little cray-cray. Anyway, sharing it out a few places. Let's see what happens there. All right. So this is kind of cool. So I got the little camera here, and then I can go over here and see this. Look, it's big and I'm small. What? We're fancy, fancy. I can put it in studio mode, and then I can go back and forth. I can go there and there. Can I go back and forth? And it'll change. Maybe. I say, Speaking view. Okay, now I program. Okay, I'm a little confused on how to put these back and forth, but it doesn't matter. I put it in studio mode, and then I just do that. What? Sometimes I know just enough to get me a little bit in trouble. Anyway, I should go turn my TV off too. Anyway, I am going to be cooking today. I have a list. Y'all, I made a list. I got an order. I have what order we're doing this in. Here we go. We are, first thing, I'm going to put the meat in the Instant Pot. We have this. Ooh, it's wet on the bottom. Y'all, I'm not a professional cook. I'm just like you in the kitchen. So you get to watch me cook and make a mess of it. So this is a boneless bottom round roast, and I'll show you how I prep it. I'm going to, you can look over here. There's my Instant Pot right there. So I'm going to show you how I put that in there. I'm going to do that first, and then we are going to make bread. I'm going to make another loaf of bread. Well, not really a loaf. I'm going to make, because this is going to be, I'm going to make these for hot dog buns, but tonight I'm making Philly cheesesteak with this beef and these buns out of, and then I'm going to make some hamburger buns too, out of the egg bread, and I'm going to get that in the oven. So while that's all baking and while the meat is cooking, look at me being all prepared ahead of time. What? And I'm going to prep these veggies right here. Right here. Yep, I am. Right here. This is for the chili, the beef steak. I mean the Philly cheesesteak. I'm putting mushrooms on it. I'm putting mushrooms on mine. My husband isn't a fan of mushrooms, although I've snuck them in the meat and stuff, the stuff that I use. So I've snuck them in there. And he's starting to like them when I disguise them. And then after I prep the veggies, we're going to compare 4 loaves of bread. 4, y'all. The last week, in the last 7 days, I have made 4 loaves of bread. This is the first one I made. This is with, I'll tell you about them. And there's the second loaf in here, like right there. Here's the third loaf, which, look at that. It's almost gone. So I only have one, really one piece of bread that I could show you. And then this is the last loaf that I made yesterday. I'm pretty pleased with it. And so we're going to compare them and we'll talk about them. But it's after, I'm going to get all the prep work done first. And I'm going to tell you how I'm going to change this bread recipe slightly. But when the buns are cooking, we're going to compare the breads. We'll talk about them and I'll tell you how I'm changing what I'm doing and what I think is going to help. This bread recipe is based on Maria Emmerich's. I'll put all this in the link in the bio for the video. Based on Maria Emmerich's original recipe, egg bread. And Indigo Neely has changed it a little bit, and I'm using her recipe. I'm changing something really very slightly because I'll tell you about it when I'm making the bread. And then at the end, when the buns are done, I don't think the meat will be done in time, but I will tell you what I'm going to do, and then I'll show pictures. I'll post pictures on my Facebook page or on my Instagram of the finished product. So if you haven't followed me, go to my Instagram, Clydene's Music Corner. One actually is Clydene's, no apostrophe, .music.corner. So you can find me over there on Instagram. You can, and I'll put the links below when I finish the video. So I'll put finished pictures. I'm really excited about this bread, but I'll talk about that while I'm making it. So let's get started. We're going to start by putting our meat in the Instant Pot. And I will tell you why I love the Instant Pot. First of all, it's fast. See if I can get this over here and you guys can watch in there. Okay, I'm not as professional as some people. And to tell you the truth, I don't like editing video very much. It's long and laborious process, but I'm getting a cutting board. So, but I do like a few things to do. So we're gonna get that in there. There we go. That's better. I may be moving that little camera around a little bit so you can actually see what's going on rather than me. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is, here's my meat that I'm going to put in there. Turn this to this. There we go. And I'm just going to do that for now because, y'all, I have 2 cameras for my other streaming, but I don't have the need to move them in here and get another hub and all of that stuff. I could do that, but this is just as easy. We're working with it. Anyway, so I'm going to take this meat. This is a roast, a pot roast, basically. Boneless bottom, round roast. And y'all, I just kind of buy what's on sale. I'm going to take some of this fat off. Try not to get the meat with it. Got a little bit of it, no big deal. All right, so what I like to do is I like to cut these roasts. I know I could put it in there by itself, but I really like to cut the roast up in chunks. And the reason is because I think number one, it cooks faster, and number two, like I need faster in an InstantPot, right? And number two, I think it gets more tender. So I'm going to go with that. The first thing I'm going to do is this is my InstantPot. And I don't have multiple cameras everywhere, and I'm not going to do... Anyway, I'm going to turn it on saute. So it's plugged in, it's off. I'm going to turn it on saute, and I am going to put... no, I don't want that. I'm going to put... actually, you just keep pushing this saute button. I learned this from Indigo Neely this morning when I was watching her video. She was cooking whole chickens in InstantPot. I'll link that below. You need to watch her. She's pretty good. So now it's on, but I want it more. I want it to be hot. Okay, so now, y'all, look over there. Can you see over there in the corner? Right there. That's my original InstantPot. Yes, I have two. And the reason I have two is because I was at the store, and I went to the clearance aisle, and y'all, there was this InstantPot was on sale for like 50 bucks. I'm like, who can walk away from that? I can't, so I bought it. And my husband kind of went, why do you need two? I'm like, I'll tell you why. Number one of the other pan was dirty, so now I could still cook. I don't have to wash that pan. Anyway. I'm lazy sometimes. All right, there we go. All right, so what I do is I use bacon grease. If you don't have bacon grease, you're missing out, all I'm saying. Okay, so I'm going to take my handy dandy, that has stuff on it. Y'all, I just cook like, this is how I cook. Nobody has died in my family from my cooking. So I'm thinking that we're all okay. But I should have my tools clean ahead of time. I thought of other things, but I didn't think of this. I do have my bowl for my mixer clean. I got all that stuff cleaned up so it could dry in time. Anyway, so, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these. I'm going to cut these in chunks. And there's, you know, maybe about the same size chunks, but that's That's fine. It's not brain surgery, y'all. That's all I do. Okay? So I'm going to brown them, and I'm going to season them. I wonder if I should use that seasoning or my seasoning. I'm going to use my seasoning. Okay, so what I have done, I need to shake it up a little bit. What I have done is, this is an old, I don't even know what it was, but you could see it has a label, old label on it. It's an old shaker. And so what I did, there are 4 or 5 seasonings that I like. First of all, onion powder, garlic powder. My husband loves oregano on meat, and I used chili powder. I put a little just chili powder in it. So I make my own seasoning so that when we're grilling, we don't have to take all 4 of those bottles out to the grill. I use this old container, and when those are empty, I'll probably use one of the bigger ones, because I use this on everything. I'm going to use it on the vegetables in a few minutes. But we can get this, we can just season this up. My thing is hot. Just put this seasoning on. Y'all, people say they can't cook, and it's not brain surgery. You just see what you like. Like, these are seasonings that I like, that we all like, you know what I mean? So you use what you like, and you put it on foods that you like, period. I mean, I do watch other videos. Of course I do. I watch videos all the time. But then I take it and I make it mine, and I decide what I like or what I don't like. Okay, so they're very well seasoned. These are going to be so good. So good. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is show you the Instant Pot. It's getting hot. Okay. Try to get my belly out of the way. Oh well. So I'm going to take about this much bacon grease. Maybe that might be a tablespoon. And I'm going to put it down in there. And it's hot. See, it's already hot. Yeah, it's splattering. My camera's going to get bacon grease on it. Oh well. Here, I'm going to put the meat in there. Can you hear it? Oh, it sounds so good. Okay, so that's going to cook a while. I'm just going to let that browning. And what I'm going to be doing while I'm cutting vegetables, actually I'm going to cut vegetables later, is turning that periodically. Okay, so there it goes. Bacon grease. I don't put more in there. I guess I could put a little bit more on top of them, but I normally don't do that. So this is kind of a new thing. So it can like melt on top. Bacon grease is to die for, y'all. That's pretty much all I cook with. I cook with bacon grease all the time. Yeah. Very often. Okay, so I need my list. All right, I'm going to move this back over there so it can be working. And I am going to be starting the bread. I want to get the bread in the oven and let that cook while I'm prepping the veggies. Okay? So here's what I got, this new mixer. This is a Farberware mixer, and I do love it. I really do like it. You can see it. It's one of the fancy dancy ones, stand mixers. I really do like it. Get my, there we go. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare my, no, I'm not preparing my pans. I'm going to prepare these pans. Now, she sprayed oil in these. These are silicone. I'll put links below. Silicone. And look at these. Like, this is a cool, it's a mesh pan. It's like really cool. I think she put them on. Let me get my cookie sheets out. Pretty sure she put them on cookie sheets. Banging around in the kitchen over here. Don't mind me. I put my pans in the cabinet because I got tired of pulling them in and out of the oven. So I'm going to set my oven on 325. 325. Here's my recipe. Preheat ovens. Okay. So she sprayed these. Let's see. Now, when I make a whole loaf, these are doing good. They're smelling amazing. What did we get? These came with, this is what, these came, this little tongs came with this bun thing, but maybe I can use it for this. No, I can't. They're too small. They're too small and they won't grab. I'll get those later. Good thing the dishwasher's clean. All right, I'm turning. I don't know if you can see over there. You can see what I'm doing over there. There. So I'm just picking them up. See? And then turn. See how they're brown on the bottom? They're very nice and brown. And I'm just turning them for each side to get brown. I want all the sides to get a little bit of brown on them. They're really tasty that way. Put that there. So I'm not going to move the camera every time I do that, but I wanted you to see them while we do the bread. Okay, so you can see what I'm looking for, the color that I'm looking for when I turn them. All right, so she that's the wrong, oh, I put the wrong one. Okay, it didn't. Never mind, that was not right. I'm here. I clicked the wrong one. Anyway, I just got a message from one of my sons because I sent them the link to this. And he said, oh, that's cool. Picture in a picture. Because your mom is fancy. All right, so I'm making burger buns and I'm making hot dog / Philly cheesesteak buns. She sprayed them. I'm a little afraid to spray them. The only spray I have is this, and I'm a... Y'all, this isn't my favorite thing to use, but I'm going to use it just because today, and next time I'll get something else. I want you to sink to do it because they're going to go through. I'm spraying them over the sink. thinking that next time I do this, I can, ooh, I don't want to get that on the cookie. The next time I do this, I'm going to try to make parchment rounds to put in the bottom. We'll see what happens today. So, the pans are ready over here for when my meat is ready. I got to turn the meat again. Oh, y'all. Look at this. Woo! That's some brown meat. Yum-alicious. Oh, I'm getting some nice browning. Did you know the Instant Pot can do this? Okay, the other day, a few days ago, on one of my videos, and I'll put it in the link, I guess. I browned 3 pounds of hamburger meat in there because I was making the same recipe, and I browned the hamburger meat in there, and it worked so good. I'm going to make sure I have all my stuff out. Egg white, protein, cream of tartar, and salt. Okay, so here's the deal with the bread recipe, the last bread recipe I made. For some reason, and I don't know the reason, I don't know. For some reason, this mixer doesn't go as fast as the mixer she uses. It's a different mixer. And my whites, they got pretty stiff, but they weren't as stiff as what they look like in the picture, in her videos. So I read somewhere, she said somewhere, you can increase the cream of tartar. So what I'm going to do today is do that. I'm going to increase the cream of tartar in the egg whites to begin with. And I need 1.5 cups of water. That's about right. That's a little too much. Whew. Can you hear those? Girl. Okay, I think they're ready to turn on. I really do. Well, I'm turning them one more time to get the ends browned too. Okay, I'm gonna let them keep going, and then I'll do this, and I'll keep watching those. The thing about it, when I get into the bread, I gotta keep going. I think I'm gonna stop a minute and show you the Instant Pot thing. There. I'm going to show you what I have to do over here. I think I'm just going to get them this little, I don't know what you call it. I can't remember the name of it. Came with the skillet. I mean the Instant Pot. What is that called? Trivet. It's called the Trivet. Okay? These are ready. Now I'm going to turn this off. Hit cancel right here. It's going to turn it off. Maybe you can see if I turn this. You can see the, okay? Y'all talk to me if you're watching. I'd love to hear from you. I'm just taking these out for a minute. Oh, and I didn't put salt and pepper on these either. I'm going to put salt and pepper on them, or at least some salt. And then I'm putting the trivet down in there. Y'all, all the stuff in the bottom of the pan is going to be heaven. I'll show it to you. Later, I'm going to make, out of the drippings, see that? That's good stuff. I'm going to put some water in there. I'm going to put the trivet in there. I got to put some water in there. I got to put about, I don't want to use that one. You have to have at least 1 cup of water in your Instant Pot for the pressure to come up. So I'm going to put, it's probably a cup and a half. Y'all, I just estimated. Okay. It kind of comes up to the bottom of the trivet. So, and then I'm going to put the meat back in there. I'm probably going to set it for an hour and a half. I don't think the meat will be done before I'm done here, but if it is, we'll look at it. If it's not, I might do just a short video and post the video so you guys can do a short on there so you guys can see what it looks like. Okay, so I've got everything in there. I really want to salt these because I didn't put any salt. Everybody's different, so season yours the way you want it. A little bit of salt. And y'all, I've been using pepper lately. I've never been a pepper person. I don't know why. Lately I have. Anyway, my taste. So we're going to put this on. You're going to make sure this button, actually on this is a different one. The new one has a switch that you push to vent and you push to seal. And I'll show you. See this one? You push it back. It says seal right here. It says vent right here. So this, when it's done, you just push that button and it starts venting the pressure. When you want to seal, you push it back that way. Okay, so I want it to seal, and then so you don't have to mess with this at all. You just let it go. You see it? And then I'm going to put pressure cook. I'm going to increase, see this plus button does the time. I'm going to put it on 90 minutes because I want it to be really fall apart. So an hour and a half. Okay, and I want the pressure level to be on high. So you just push the pressure level, it goes to low, and then it'll go to high when you push it again, okay? And you just leave it. All right, that's that. All the vegetables are over here out of the way for now. Perfect. All right, and that tells you that it's starting to pressurize. That's what that beep is. That means it's on, it's starting to build up pressure. Let me show you. When it gets to full pressure, this will have a number on it. It'll have that hour and a half or whatever it is, the time. And then when it's done cooking, it'll beep and it'll say L something, and however many minutes after the cooking time, it'll say L, and then the minutes will build up and you'll know how long it's been in there. We're going to leave it like that. We are going to make bread, y'all. I'm going to make sure I'm going to wipe my camera here just a second, make sure it's clean. All right. Is that better? I don't know. I couldn't tell. Anyway, so y'all, I could also, hold on one second. All right, so here I go. I'm going to go on my Instagram real quick and go live. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, it's Clydine. I'm Clydine, and I'm in Clydine's Music Corner. But today, I'm in the kitchen. Look, I'm making Philly cheesesteak in the crock pot, and I'm making some bread. So, y'all, come over to YouTube. Clydine Bulky on YouTube. You'll find me. And come hang out with me and watch me finish this great cloud bread here and the Instant Pot there. I'm going to be prepping these vegetables. I'm going to be making hot dog buns and hamburger buns out of this cloud bread. Also, I'm going to be comparing these 4 loaves of bread. So you don't want to miss it. So come on over. Come on over. Come on over. All right? I'll see you in a few minutes. YouTube.com/ClydeneBulky. Bye, y'all. All right, that worked. Now, I'm back with you. Sorry, y'all. Just want to make sure that this is looking good. Okay? All right. So, here we go. We are going to make bread. Turn that down. We're going to make bread. I could hear this getting pressure on it. Okay. Here we go. What do I want to do first? First, we're going to make bread. So here's the recipe. Let's turn you around here, y'all, so you can see what I'm doing over here first. Because I'm going to measure these. Get that out of the way. Maybe I could do it this way. I'm sorry. I'm still figuring this out a little bit. And I want to have this close. Maybe have it in the view. There. That's good. That works better. Pull this over so I want you to see this more than my... Okay, so the recipe calls for 120 grams of egg white protein powder. So this is the protein powder that I ordered. 120 grams. And everybody does this different, but no, I just use a paper plate. And turn it off. Turn it off. Put the plate on there if you have a scale like this. Okay, if you heard that, it is now sealed. The Instant Pot is at full pressure and it's sealed, and it's going to start counting down. Yeah, can't wait for that meat to cook. Okay. Okay, 120 grams. Let me get it. So you put the plate on. You turn your Let me move me down a little bit so I'm not in the way. You turn your, what is this? Scale. You turn it off, you put your plate on it, and you push on. And what you're going to see is 0 under here. It says 0, and it doesn't count the plate. So you can do it on a plate or whatever. Okay? So this takes 120 grams, and I'm just going to put it on there. There's 38. 48. Now, normally I'm not a measurer, but sometimes things are very specific, especially with baking. You want specific weights. It's a little too much. $120. Boom. I eventually get it. Okay. Now, here's what I did yesterday too for the other loaf of bread, and I think I'm going to do it again. To make sure there's no lumps in it, I'm going to take this old-fashioned thing, right? It's old-fashioned. And I'm going to sift I'm going to sift the protein powder into, just sift it so there's no, just in case, y'all. And it goes through pretty fast. See, there's no bumps, no whatever you call it. Okay, now this is going to go in the mixer, just like that. Okay, in the mixer. The next thing is the cream of tartar. It calls for a half a teaspoon of cream of tartar, but because I had a hard time getting, where's that fork? I was looking for that fork. Getting the egg whites to stiffen up, and I think it's, y'all, I had an old hand mixer, like an old stand mixer, but it was not a real expensive one, not a fancy one like this. And no, I got these new spoons, and they sound like toys, baby toys to me. And it stiffened up, but it went a lot faster. So I'm going to put I'm going to put a full teaspoon in of cream of tartar. Cream of tartar. Yeah, that's what that is. I'm going to put a whole thing in. And I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to mix this up, and I'm going to start the water a little bit and mix this a little bit before I put the allulose in it and before I put the salt, anything else in it, because I think that might help get it, I think that might help the eggs get a little stiffer. Okay, I'm going to pick up, this wire's in my way. Sorry, y'all. I'm not a professional video camera person. I'm just a girl in a kitchen who wants to eat and get back to singing. All right, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to put a little bit of water in it. And I'm going to get this going first. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe it'll be the wrong thing to do. But it's experimenting, right? I love how Indigo Mealy does stuff. She just experiments. She tries new things. If they don't work out, she does something different. It's no big deal, y'all. It's just cooking. It's not brain surgery. You're not going to blow up the world, right? It's just cooking. All right, so that's going. I'm going to get that frothing a little bit. I hope you can hear me talking still. I'm assuming you can. It's up good. Noisy, but I still want you to see it. Okay. There's my belly in the way. Oh well. Here we go. It's going. Now we're going to put 1/4 cup of allulose, and I love the 1/4 cup. She says you can do less. Y'all, I love I like the crispy bit with it, and I'm going to sprinkle it in there like that, and then I'm going to put some salt in it. Half a teaspoon is fine. Maybe scant touch more, half a teaspoon. Okay, we're going to get that going. I think this might help because I want a very stiff batter. So it's going to go. Here we go. There it goes. While that's mixing, While that's mixing, I can, it says 5 minutes, let me try 5 minutes. I think it's going to need more than 5 minutes, personally, but we'll see. Oh, it's starting to mix up. I'm not going to try to talk over this too much. You'll just watch and see the progress. I just want to make sure there's no lumps in there. See, I don't think this is as fast as the other brand of stand mixers, but I really don't think it's It's all right. We're going to let it go. And I'm hoping it's going to get nice and thick. So I'm not going to try to talk over that. Tell me what your favorite things are. I'm going to turn this down because it's getting very loud. There we go. That's better. You probably can't hear me. There's the whole egg powder I'm using. I'll tell you about it in a minute. Pretty stiff already, but it's still not as stiffened as hers was. I'm going to let it go a little bit longer. It's almost done with the 5 minutes. right, I'm going to take a look at this and see. See, I think it needs to be stiffer than that. See how it moves? Although that's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, I'm just gonna go for this because I don't want to overbeat this, because you can overbeat egg whites and I don't want to do that. So while that was beating, I showed you the egg white, the dried whole eggs. This is the next thing on the 20 grams of whole egg powder, and I measured it and I sifted it like the egg whites, because especially the whole egg powder is a little clumpy. And so the first batch I made, the eggs, I'm going to show you later, the eggs didn't cook enough. You know, that's pretty stiff. Like that. Yeah, that's pretty good. That might be better. Next batch I might try a little bit more, but we'll see. So I have the egg white powder here, and it's very fine because I sifted it. I'm going to put, look how, that's pretty good and stiff, I think. Really good, actually. I'm excited about this. I'm going to put a little bit, about half of it in there. And then I'm going to put it on medium, and I'm going to mix it until it's just incorporated. I don't want it to overbeat, but I want it to be fully incorporated. Okay, there's the rest of it in there. Okay, that's the recipe, y'all. Stay tuned, because I've got 4 batches to share with you and talk about what I like about them and what I don't like about them, and what we're going to do. Okay, so I'm going to stir this. Oh yeah, this is a lot stiffer. See, some of that egg white powder didn't get mixed in all the way. So I'm going to stir this very slightly. See that? Some of that egg white powder is still, that whole egg powder. I want that to be fully mixed in. But you don't want to beat your egg whites. You want to just fold, because you don't want to get the air out of them. You want to fold when you're working with egg whites. Okay. That's still, look, it's not even moving off of the spatula. That's stiff. Okay, here we go. We are going to go put them in the pan now. We can bring the pans over here. Da, da, da. Turn it this way. Bring the pans. All right. Now, when I watched Neely, I think her first name is Neely. I'm not sure if it's Indigo or Nelly. Anyway, when I watched her put them in, she just spooned it in like that. Seriously, that's what she did. I can't wait till these are done. Okay, y'all, part of this going keto, the problem is we get together with my kids a lot, and we do cookouts, and we cook hamburgers and hot dogs, which is fine. Hamburgers and hot dogs is keto, and it's low carb, carb free basically. Few carbs, and maybe depending on the hot dog you get. But the buns, yes, you can eat everybody says just eat the hot dog without a bun, eat the hamburger. y'all, you can. But after a while, I just get tired of that. And I want a bun with my hamburger or hot dog. And I think this is going to solve the problem. Okay? I can't freaking wait. This is so exciting. Here we go. I'm going to put a little bit in just to make them maybe round on top, not flat. I might use a spoon. That's the wrong drawer. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I like this better. This makes it, I know it's a small spoon, but you can, in these small spaces, you can, there we go. Just shape it however you want to shape it. Make it pretty or not. It doesn't really matter if it's beautiful on top, but you know. I am my mother's daughter, so there you go. There's that. She also, I can't wait to do this too. She also made Hot Pockets with these molds. She put a small layer in the bottom. She layered it with food, whatever she wanted to put in it, and she baked them in there. It was cool. I'm telling you, it was cool. I think that's pretty good. This one needs a little bit more. It's a little flat. Okay. I'm going to go between those and just do that and do that. Hey, see? Now they're a clean edge. Pretty clean. All right, so that's one pan done. Not too bad. The oven's not too hot. All right, we're going to try the burgers, the burger buns. Let me move up here out of the way. So, this is nice and stiff, actually. I don't know. There's a cat outside. My dogs are barking at the cat, I think. I'm going to separate and just get, try to make them even though, now she filled these all the way up and they turned out really big. So I don't think I'm going to fill them all the way up. Just put that up. I'm going to try to make them even, but who knows. I'm going to get my spatula again so I can get these out of there. Needs a little bit more. know, they're not going to be perfect. They're homemade. This towel is going in the dishwasher. I mean, the washing machine as soon as I'm done. Okay, so I made a mess a little bit, but I'm going to flatten them out as much as I can. They don't have to be perfect, but, you know, I don't want holes in it. That was a hole. This one's got a lot more in it. So is this one. Maybe that one needs a little bit more. There. You just find a way that works for you, y'all. Get the holes out of the center. There was a big air bubble right there. Trying to get the air bubbles out. Y'all, this is a better, this is going to be bigger. Not too bad, not too bad. You don't want to work with it too much, but at the same time, I want it to be relatively even. Oh, that worked. Try not to, you know, just do that and then push down in the middle and do that. Look how, I want to get the bubbles out though. Well, each of them are going to have a little top notch on them. That's all I'm saying. Look at that. This one's going to be a little small. That could be our tester. So I got 2, 4, 6, 8 buns and 4 hot dog buns out of one batch, which is pretty darn good, if I might say so myself. Water run a little bit. All right. They go in the oven for 30 minutes, she said. They go in for 30 minutes in a 325-degree oven. So we're going to put them in there just like that, or maybe not. Yeah, I can't. I have to put them on a cookie sheet. But that won't fit. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to, ow, ow, ow. Welcome to my kitchen. Welcome to my kitchen. Where's my hot pads? Oh, here's one. Okay, I'm going to put this other one up here. I may have to switch them halfway through because I have to put them on different shelves. Okay, we'll see. We're just going to see. We're going to set this to 30 minutes. There's 30 minutes. We're going to go for that. Turn my water off. All right, now we are going to be prepping the vegetables for Philly cheesesteak. Ooh, it's going to be so good. So good, y'all. Y'all, I was in this company for like 5 minutes, long enough to buy the kit. And I do like these cutting mats. I do like them, I have to say. Here we go. We are cutting vegetables. I'll get where you can see me. And so I need a trash. Here's a little hack. I always use like the bag or something from the grocery store to throw the trash on, but there's a little plate. I have a trash plate that I put everything on. And shocking that I'm remembering to take these off. I usually don't. All right, so here's how I cut bell peppers. And look, this has been in there a couple of days. It's ready to be used, but you know what? I'm cooking it, so who cares? So I take the bell pepper and I go from the bottom. Instead of, you know how we always do this thing? I don't know who taught me this. I learned it somewhere. I just go from the bottom and I go kind of at a curve. And see how I get all the veins? And I don't really, and I watch and I aim for that vein. Sometimes I get them, and it's okay to get some of them. Don't cut your fingernail into the stuff. And look, I don't have very many seeds to deal with. Put the seeds over the plate so they don't make a mess in your cutting board. Look at that. Cut that off. So the first one you can do a lot, and then they get smaller. Like that. And sometimes you can do this. You just make it work for you, y'all. Cooking is not brain surgery. It's seriously. People have been cooking for eons. Do you think every woman that ever cooked or whoever, men or women, I say women because that's a traditional role, and I'm old. I'm from that generation, y'all. Do you think they all just went to gourmet class and learned how to cook and knew everything and cooked everything? No. They had stuff at home. They knew what their family liked and didn't like, and they cooked it. Y'all, don't make it harder than it is. That's all I'm saying. If you say you can't cook, I don't believe it. This is in the way, so I'm just gonna take that off. You can cook. You can do anything you want to do. But you don't have to want to do everything. We had to learn that the hard way. My sisters will agree with me on that. Sometimes we knew we could do anything and everything, but we had to want to do everything. I'm gonna get this out of my way until later. I need another thing on a jigger. All right, so a couple of seeds, but not bad. They really get in and annoy me. That can go. You know what my favorite one is? Y'all, the orange ones. They're so sweet. So, oh my gosh, it's like eating a sweet apple. So good. So then, you can see what I'm doing. I lay them down like this, and I just cut strips, and then I cut little bite size. I try to kind of get them all about the same size-ish, just so that when you cook them, they cook equal. That's it. It's not nothing special, but they're so pretty. Look at all the different colors. This is a huge reason like I eat food for the colors. I love the different colors. This is like a rainbow dish. Has they're so pretty in the pan. They're very pretty. Anyway, if you're watching, what is your favorite way? Do you like bell peppers? Number one. If you're watching the replay, I hope you comment below. Let me know you've seen it, what you think of my recipes, and don't tell me what you think of the production quality here, because, you know, for somebody who's not a video production professional, going to have to do. What do you use bell peppers for? What's your favorite recipe to use bell peppers? Drop them below, and maybe I'll try them because I do love bell peppers. And so I want to watch that time for that bread, because at 15 minutes I want to switch the shelves in the oven. And do you like onions? Are you an onion person or a mushroom person? How would you change this recipe if you were doing it? Answer those questions for me in the comments. I would love to hear what you guys do. Now, bear in mind that I'm trying to eat as keto as possible, which means low carb, and I'm trying to eliminate sugar itself. Not necessarily sugar-free stuff. Although if I do sugar-free, I want to make it myself. I don't want processed, because they don't just put like the sweetener in there. They put all sorts of different chemicals in there that really, I think, sometimes keep your body from reacting the way it should. Like your insulin, it keeps it elevated and activated. And if you don't know anything about keto, it's all about keeping your insulin least activated as possible. All right, so there's my vegetables. I'm going to cut this onion. I'll probably be crying. I'm also going to cut up these bell peppers. I mean, these aren't bell peppers. Mushrooms. Shrooms, y'all. Shrooms. I'm not going to cut these much because they're already sliced up, but I will chop them a little bit. And they look pretty good. I'm not real worried about them. Well, maybe I will take them to the sink and rinse them and let them dry. I'll call that good. Hold on. I'll let them dry while I'm cutting my onion up. All right, I'm just going to let those sit over there for now. I'll cut the onion. And these knives, if my son is watching, he gave me these knives. Here it is. I don't know where the camera is. He gave me these knives for my birthday because he had them, and I was at his house making stuff like we always do, and they're amazing. They're like cut everything really good. So he got me a set for my birthday. I think he got them at Costco. If he's there watching, because he works from home, the lucky dog, he can tell you where he got them from. But they're really, really good knives. Like, so good, get your fingers out of the way good. That's how good they are. So I just take this outer layer off. I leave this on because it's going to hold it together. And I slice here this way. A little bit this way. I don't go all the way through. Maybe 3 times. Watch your fingers. And then go this way. and some of them will come out. But now, these are smaller chunks than the bell peppers, but that's just the way I like it. I don't like big chunks of onion. So then cut them the width you like. Now when you get to this spot, some of them won't be, see how they come out diced like that? That's pretty good. Then I just go like that around the end, and then just take the rest of them and do this. Ask me how I know. I've watched so many cooking shows. So many cooking shows. I just get ideas from people. You can do that too. I'm not crying yet. This onion must not be too bad. Oh. So there's 52 minutes left on the meat. There, 17 minutes on the oven, on the bread. And I want to switch them around. See, they are starting to get done. Ooh, y'all, I am so excited about this. Can hardly stand myself. All right, let's see how that turns out. All right, slide in there. Slide one more time. Keep your fingers out of the way. Oops, I took that off. Oh well, I'll do that. Went too far on the top shelf. And then you cut. Just cut. Keep your fingers out of the way. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. Oh, my husband's coming home. You're going to see him come in the house. You can't see me. There we go. Can't see me cutting. We're going to do this one. Uh-oh, my dogs are going to start barking. Get ready. Get ready. Okay, onions are done. Hello, husband.
Good, how are you?
Good. We are live.
Oh, well, I shaved my legs yesterday.
Yay! He shaved his legs for you, y'all. You're lucky. He must like you.
Crickets.
Okay.
I'm stuck.
Yep, it's a lot, but I love this recipe. I make a lot, so we have several days of food. Let me see if I can do these mushrooms. Just do them right here. Now they're already sliced, which makes it easy. So I'm just going to run my knife through them, cut them up a little bit. You know, mushrooms don't take much to cut, so there you go. That's about it. Now, I would get my other Instant Pot out, except the pan is in the dishwasher and it's not clean. So I forgot to run the dishwasher last night and this morning. So what I'm going to do is turn you over here to that. Hold on, I got to plug in my computer before it dies. It's about to die. There. I'm going to have to turn that a little bit. There we go. Computer about to die there. Okay. So I'm at the stove over here. I would use my InstantPot for this, but here is the pan. There you go. That's a good view, right? You like that? I'm gonna wipe this off. Got some powder on it. Big pan. Turn that on. Bacon grease, y'all. Bacon grease. Bacon grease. It's what we're using. It's what I cook with. Is that it? Yep, that's it. Oh, and it's warm because the stove was warm. So it's just going in. Get that warm. And we are going to put the vegetables in. And I think I want to put the onions in first. So I want them to cook. See if I can do this without spilling everything. All right, there's a couple onions stray in there. I'm going to let the onions get started. Here's my... I want it on high so they get hot. We're going to let those onions get started. I'm going to salt a little bit and pepper. I like to season in layers, and I don't know if that's the right way to do it, but that's how I do it. And season this. Looking good, y'all. Looking really good. Get these going pretty good. So, you want speaking view? Nope. A counter view. I think that's better. I could even bring this closer because my cord is a little longer. There. There you go. Now you can really see it. Don't have to look at my butt. Now, if you have to walk away and do something else, you don't want to leave this on high. I would turn it down. See how they're starting to get a little translucent? Yep. Now I'm going to dump. You smell the bacon? Honey. We're going to dump. I'm going to use this others. And this is how I like to do it. I just mix them and let them all take a bath in that bacon grease. They love to soak up in the bacon grease. There's a long piece of yellow one. Ooh. And the orange one too. It's so good. Tell me you don't eat while you cook. Who are you? Are you an alien? I'm an alien. I'm a little alien. Y'all should come visit me on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Clydene's Music Corner. No periods, no caps, no apostrophes. All one word. And I sing, I play ukulele, I play the ukulele bass. I play electric ukulele, play little keyboards, very little. Do some fun looping. 42 minutes on the beef. I don't think it's going to be done. If you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe and share it and like it. That would help me get more viewers and share just things that I know, like normal people know. You know, I'm just wanting to share things I know for people who might need help in that area. And musically, I love to entertain. I just love to sing, keep you guys entertained. I don't think I put salt on these things. It really does not, I know it seems like there's a lot of salt, but it's really not. But we're going to put some of this yummy seasoning that I have. Remember, this is garlic powder, salt, not salt. I don't put salt and pepper in this because I want people to be able to salt and pepper to taste. Except for us here. Like if I was to take this someplace and use it, we do that separately. Sometimes there's, oh my gosh, it smells so good. I bet my husband is getting hungry. Yum. Oh, I can't forget the mushrooms. Y'all. Here we go, putting the mushrooms in. I want to season those mushrooms because, as you know, mushrooms take on whatever seasoning. I mean, they really soak up seasoning around them. So whatever flavor you want, you got to season your mushrooms because they're so bland if you don't season them. All right, so everything is in the pan. This is what's going to go on our Philly cheesesteak, or with hamburger meat. You can put it with anything. I like to brown a whole bunch, like 3 pounds of hamburger meat, and mix it all together, and then we have it to eat for a few days. And then you don't have to cook for several days. But we're going to let this cook. Just going to let it cook for a while. I'm going to turn it down because I'm stepping away from it. I got 5 minutes on the bread. I don't want the bottom to burn like it did last time. Yeah, I burned this. It didn't taste bad, but it scalded the pan. There we go. They're getting good. You see? Can you? Oh, you can. I could show you. Look, let me turn the light on. I want you to see. Underneath there, they're not quite done, I don't think. I'm going to let them get a little. See, they're still soft. Let me pull these out. See, these are, look at this one on here. on that end. See how it's pulling away? Almost done. I need to turn around like this. You may have to do this. Just turn them. Oh, see the ends of them? Look how they're pulling away from the ends right there. Yeah. Melt my camera in that oven. All right, I'm going to let them go. They have 4 more minutes. I might let them go another 5 minutes. There we go. And in the meantime, just keep stirring this. That's why it's called a stir fry. You know, you could put anything in this. I like putting Brussels sprouts. I like putting, you could put riced cauliflower. I've done that before. You could put anything in this. But see how they're all starting to get nice and translucent. They're not going to be like mushy soft, but they'll be kind of a little softer than al dente. Let those keep cooking. And they're making, see, they're making liquid from the vegetables in the bottom of the pan. These are delish. Just gonna taste test, see how they're doing. Maybe one of my favorite colors. And yellow. Orange and yellow are the sweetest. Let's see. So here they are. Very hot. Very hot. Hope you could still hear me. I turned that down a while ago. Forgot to turn it back up because the mixer was going, so it was like taking over the world. So the vegetables are still a little crunchy. I'm gonna let them cook a little bit longer. But the flavor is really good. I could use a little more salt. But the bacon, you can taste it. Got some bacon, you can taste the oregano in them. That chili powder really flavors nicely. Still gonna let those keep cooking. Just let them keep cooking. Cooking down. Yum. Okay. I think that the bread is almost ready to take out of the oven. In fact, it's on its last minute. So, oh yeah. Hot dog buns are done. You see that? Pretty sure they're done. Now some of these hamburger buns in the middle ones didn't really get super brown, but I think they're still done. And I think it's because I had to have my shelves real close to each other. So there's 30 minutes, and that is, let me get you back over here. This is, see how they're pulling away from the sides? See, they're pulling away from the sides. I'm pretty much, you know, and they're nice and firm. They're done. I don't want to, I'm going to leave them to cool in the pan. Now we have the similar thing here, pulling away the center ones, and these did not get real brown. I don't think that's going to matter, but we'll see, because they're about all the same texture. That's a little soft, but we'll see. We'll see. Right? So I'm going to put them over here on this rack. I'm going to take them out in a minute, let them cool for a few seconds in the pans, and then I will take them out and let them cool on racks. And then hopefully by the time we finish talking about these other breads, turn that off, then they will be ready to look at. Sorry, I had to put my computer over there because it was dying. All right, let's talk about these other breads. Get rid of my trash. So, I have 3 recipes. The last recipe I did twice. And I'll tell you what each of them are. This another toss. 30 minutes on the meat. It might be ready to be done. Ooh, these look so good. I might just turn. There you go. I'm going to turn the burner off. Take this off the burner. Just scoot it to the back of the stove for now. All right, so my first bread I made, I'll put all the links below, and I think I've linked them below in several videos, but I'll do it again here. This was from sugarfreemom.com, and this is about a week old, and this is the texture, the shape. I think I made 2 loaves of these. These make great French toast. I mean, really good French toast. And the taste is not bad. The first loaf I made was dry. This one is not as dry. I can't remember what I did differently, to be honest. But you see the funky shape you get. It's kind of hard to make sandwiches out of this. You could do a lot of other things. You could make French toast. You could cut it up and make bread pudding. Oh my gosh, bread pudding with this. Make some sugar-free bread pudding. I might do that next time. I might do that with this bread. And it's a little sweet, so you kind of, it's almost like a dessert bread. It's good. Okay, so that was bread number 1. So then, y'all, I'll take something to drink while I do all this. So bread number 2 was a yeast bread. My sister came and we decided to figure out other breads to make. This was a yeast bread, and as you can see, it got eaten. Now, so it made, you know, a regular sized loaf, 9.5 by 5.5, I think is my loaf pan. But the texture is good. It is a little spongy, not bad though. I'm just going to take a bite off of this. It tears well, so you get a good tear. See this? This tears well too. This is almost cake-like. This is more of a bread, and as you can see, the shape is such that you could make a sandwich out of it. I mean, that makes a perfectly fine sandwich, right? It tastes good. Hence why there's nothing left of it, because we've been eating it. It tastes like a white bread. Slightly spongy texture, but not super bad. Okay. This bread is Keto Upgrade. She has a YouTube channel. She's on Facebook. It's a really good recipe. It has yeast in it, so therefore you have to proof it. You have to mix it all up, put it in the pan, and let it rise. All right. So the third recipe is from Indigo Neely. Now this is the recipe this is the same recipe that I did today. The difference is this was the first recipe I made, and when I put the whole egg powder in at the very end, it didn't mix all the way. I'm sure that's what happened. And I don't think I got stiff enough peaks in the whites. But, so you get this, it's kind of a marbled, you could see the marbling in there. I think that's the whole egg texture, the whole egg powder in there that didn't get mixed in. But it's not as pretty as far as the texture goes, and what it looks like. But you get a good tear, and you get squishability. I mean, look at that. And it's tasty. It tastes really good. You also get a shape. Now this fell a little bit on this side, but I think it was because of that egg white powder. You get a shape that you can make a sandwich out of. PBJ. See the whole egg powder? I think that's what happened. I didn't incorporate it. I didn't sift it. I just put it in there, and it was clumpy. So sifting it, I think, helped a lot. All right. So these two are the same recipe. These two are the same recipe. This is the first one I did. I did not sift the whole egg powder. The second one, I sifted the powder and the whites. And that's the end. Let me get a good piece. And so you get this loaf. And I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, sugar-free jelly. I'll make that sometime too. Look at this pretty loaf. I mean, it's just a pretty loaf. You get a good shape. It doesn't. It falls a little bit, but I'm gonna make, after we eat all this, I'm gonna make another one, and hopefully it won't fall this much. It'll be bigger, but still, that's a decent shape to make a sandwich. And I made a peanut butter and jelly, sugar-free jelly sandwich last night. It's soft. It's got a good tear, and it's got a good flavor. So I like this recipe a lot. I like the yeast recipe. I like the bread. But to be honest, using yeast and having to make it rise again, and it has several other ingredients in it. It has psyllium husk, it has heavy cream, it has inulin, several different things in it. It's kind of a process, longer process. This one has 4 ingredients basically: allulose, egg white powder, whole egg powder, salt, cream of tartar. 5 ingredients, and water, 6. And you saw how fast I did it today. Now, if I was making a loaf, it would have taken 40 minutes to bake, but those buns took only 30 minutes. So I think this is going to be my go-to bread for a while, till I get it perfected to where I really, really like it. Maybe I'll try the other one again. The yeast bread is really good though. And I think you can put flavorings and stuff in it. Excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. Anyway, so that's the 3 recipes 4 different loaves because I did make this recipe twice. And you just put it in either one of these. I love these big containers, but if your fridge doesn't handle that, you can just put it in a Ziploc bag. These are protein. These are not like the bread you get at the store that's processed and carbs. This is protein bread, basically. It's egg protein bread. So anytime you eat this, you're eating something very healthy. You could have sausage and cheese, and you have your eggs in your bread. A sausage and cheese sandwich. I mean, it's just ingenious, and I love it. So I think it's going to help me a lot. So let's look at the buns, shall we? See if we can get the buns out. Need a couple of racks in here. Sorry, noisy. Hey, I'm cooking. It's noisy when you cook. Ooh, 22 minutes on the meat. Maybe we will go long enough. These aren't even hot. All right, here are the hamburger buns. So let's see how they come out. There's a hamburger bun, y'all. Now, she made them if you watch her video, which I will link below, they're taller. They're this tall. But she filled them up all the way. I only filled them up halfway because that's kind of a skinny, but you cut that in half and you have a nice top and a nice bottom. Okay, I'm going to stack these here. See if I can get these out. They really come out very easily. They are crumbly. I mean, they're not crumbly. The bottoms of them are crumbly because they were thin, you know. I need to get this other bread out of the way for a minute. So I can maybe do it over this pan. Yeah, you can see it. So there's that. Ooh, that one tore, so that'll be my sample. Just kind of be careful. They kind of peel out because they kind of stick in this mesh. Well, you couldn't see me taking them out, but that's what they do. Okay. Here are the buns, the hot dog buns, and I'll trade places. You can see better. Okay. This is a harder silicone. This is not a mesh. So you just pull them out. And they have little bumps on the bottom from the holes. Y'all, look at that. Look at that. I think this is brilliant. Bring on the hot dogs, mustard, and relish. That's what I'm saying. Look at that. It's brilliant. Where's the one I tore? This one. Really pretty. Very easy to make. Man, this is a game changer for a lot of people who love sandwiches and take them to a cookout. You have your own bread. It's like no big deal, right? Okay, so here is this one. I'm going to my husband is playing with it. This is the one I tore, but I want to cut it, see how it cuts. This is just an old steak knife that I have, but it's serrated. That is cutting quite nicely. Now, I broke it, so it's going to come off, but that's a good bun. I might need to make these thicker, taller. It's good. But my advice is to fill them up so they're bigger. But they still will work. You could make a egg muffin out of this. Sausage and egg. It's good. It's good, y'all. Yeah. And I think putting a teaspoon of cream of tartar instead of a half a teaspoon helped. I think I might even try a little bit more. I'll have to research on all right, here goes research on cream of tartar, how much to use. I'm going to make this the back. This is going to be the front. Just going to cut it. I don't have a bread knife, y'all. I have an electric knife that I use for the loaves, but how about that hot dog bun? Look at that. Hot dog bun. Maybe 1 or 2 carbs total. That is beautiful. I think, look at that. Squish test. Oh my goodness, it's so good. And look at it. You can even, like bread, you could peel inside. Like how you can peel some of the bread out. It's good. It's really good. Really good. All right. The meat is not done yet. So what I'm going to do, thanks for joining me. And if you're watching on the replay, please like this video, share it, subscribe to my channel. I would love to do more. I would love to do more videos, and I will be doing more videos. And potential spam calling me. No, thank you. Anyway, there's my hamburger buns and my hot dog buns. I will make these thicker next time, but these are great. I might even make these in lieu of loaves of bread, because you can make sandwiches out of this. You know those little thin bread discs at the store? That's what you got right here. Right here. And hot dog buns. These are the bread we're going to use for the meat. Philly cheesesteaks is what's on the menu tonight. So I will share pictures of that, and I might put some pictures when I edit this video and post it again. I might overlay some pictures of the finished product. All right. Thank you so much for coming. I really enjoyed it, and that's what's cooking in Clydene's Music Corner Kitchen. See y'all later. Bye.